Hey guys, this is Jonathan from TacomaExplorer.com, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use the adaptive cruise control in your Tacoma, as well as how it works, the benefits of it, and some other things along those lines. So adaptive cruise control is part of Toyota's safety sense system, and just like your normal cruise control, you turn it on and it will keep the truck going at a set speed based on what you set in the settings. However, Toyota's adaptive cruise control is more advanced than a traditional cruise control because it will also speed up and slow down based on the driver in front of you. And you can have that operate at 3 different following distances, which you can set using the steering wheel, which is really handy. So adaptive cruise control is best used on highways. It's not really great for curved roads or city streets. It won't perform very well, and it's pretty dangerous to use in that situation. So there's a few different requirements that need to be met for cruise control to work. So the first is that you either need to be in drive, indicated right here, or in S mode, which is sequential shifting. If you're using the sequential mode, then you need to be in 4th gear or higher for it to work. And then also you need to be going 28 miles per hour or higher for it to turn on. To operate the cruise control, you'll see a stalk behind the right side of the steering wheel. Looks just like this. So you'll press this button on the outside to turn it on or off. And you can also hold this for more than 1.5 seconds, and it will turn the cruise control into more like a traditional cruise control. So the speed will not automatically adjust based on the car in front of you. So if you like a traditional cruise control, that's what you'll want to do. Now, to set your desired cruise control speed, you'll want to push down on the lever while you're at speed, and that will set your cruise control to whatever the current speed is that you're driving at. Now, if cruise control is already running and you pull down, that will decrease the speed that is currently set. Pushing the stalk up will resume the cruise control after it was canceled. So if you tap the brakes or canceled it with the stalk, or if cruise control is already running, you can push up to increase your speed if the speed is already set. To cancel the cruise control, you can pull this towards you. Now, this does not turn off cruise control, this just cancels it temporarily, so it'll still have your speed saved in the truck's computer, and you can resume that at any time by pushing back up. When cruise control is turned on, you'll see a message appear, and there will be a cruise control icon in the top left of the multi-information display. And then if you're driving, I'm stopped right now, but if you were driving, you would see gray bars appear that would look just like this, and that would just show you your current following distance, and you can cycle through that on the steering wheel, which I'll show you in a second. And if there happens to be a car in front of you when you turn this on, the car will also appear on the multi-information display there. If the vehicle disappears from view, the screen will update to reflect that. To change the following distance, you'll see this icon right here on the right side of the steering wheel. This is what you'll press, and this will cycle through each of your following distances. So you can see right here, I'm just pressing the button. We have medium, close, and far. And you just keep pressing that, and it'll keep cycling through those. Now keep in mind, you should still pay close attention to your driving. The system doesn't always work perfectly. It may not detect a vehicle in front of you, or it may malfunction for some reason. And if it does malfunction, it will let you know that on the display here, and maybe even make a sound. So let's talk about how the adaptive cruise control works. There's 3 different components that we're going to look at. So the radar sensor, a camera, and the computer system. So the computer system is pretty self-explanatory. I don't know, there's nothing to show you there. It's just in the truck. It takes the inputs from the radar and the camera to calculate the following distance and change the inputs on the vehicle. So the radar is located behind the Toyota badge right here. You're not going to see it. It's hidden behind the plastic because the radar works through the plastic, and it can detect vehicles within 328 feet of the front of the truck. Then the other component is the camera, which is located behind the windshield. This is something you can see pretty easily. And this will work together with the radar to monitor the distances and what the vehicles are doing. And that's all fed into the computer system where it makes those calculations and makes changes to the truck. I'm going to show you the different following distances that we have available here. So this is the 3 bars, the following distance that is the longest. And you can see the car in front of me, how much distance it keeps away from it. Now I'm going to switch to the middle following distance, which is indicated by 2 bars, and the Tacoma will speed up and get a little bit closer to the car in front of me. It takes like 10 seconds maybe to get back to that distance, and this is what that looks like. And then we'll switch to the closest following distance, which is just 1 bar. And you can notice that the truck gets pretty close here. Now the car is going to move out of the left lane, and you'll see that the adaptive cruise control speeds up to pass, and it gets back in front, and then the truck will notice that and slow back down, and it'll return to that following distance that it had. So the fact that it's an adaptive cruise control has some benefits over a traditional cruise control. One is that it maintains a safe following distance. You know, sometimes people tend to tailgate other cars on the road, which is pretty dangerous. So keeping the adaptive cruise control on always makes sure you have a safe following distance between the vehicle in front of you and the truck. It can also prevent collisions. It may see a car slowing down that you don't see, and it would react to that. It also has a pre-collision system as well, which would kick in if it needs to. And just in general, it improves comfort and makes for a less stressful drive. There are a few stats that are pretty interesting about adaptive cruise control. 63% of survey respondents were very satisfied with the adaptive cruise control systems, and that's according to Consumer Reports. So some people definitely don't like it. They're not happy with the way it behaves and stuff like that. But I think 63% is not too bad, especially, I mean, it's not brand new technology, but it's still relatively new, and I'm sure we'll see a lot of improvements over the years with the cruise control system. Also, adaptive cruise control and forward collision warning, which this both has, reduces harsh braking by 67%. That's according to the Department of Transportation. So that's a pretty important safety statistic there. Also, adaptive cruise control can reduce fuel consumption by 2.8% on highways. That's also from the Department of Transportation. If you're trying to save on gas a little bit, this could definitely help you out. And you know, with the miles per gallon that this gets, you'll definitely need that. So let me know what you think about adaptive cruise control. I tend to use it a lot. I don't have many issues with it. Of course, occasionally it has some mishaps. As long as you're paying attention, it's not a big deal. And I think overall it does a pretty good job. You can check out our website, TacomaExplorer.com, where we go into a little bit more depth about the adaptive cruise control, and we'll update that continually if new changes are made over the years. So hopefully this was informative, and I'll see you in the next video.